Hello, I'm here with James from our litigation team at Ridley and Hall Solicitors, and we are going to be discussing financial abuse. So James, if somebody suspects that a loved one is at risk of financial abuse, what would you recommend that they or their family members should do?
That's a really good question, Vicky. It really depends on the nature of the abuse. It can take a whole host of forms. In some cases, it might even be appropriate to talk to the police.
Okay.
Particularly if what's happening is, it looks to be a theft. Victim might not even know it's happening to them. And of course, we often at Ridley and Hall see financial transactions taking place, bank transfers, or even sometimes the victim transferring their property to somebody else.
Wow.
And how the law might intervene to set that transaction aside or reverse that transaction will depend upon the specific circumstances of the transaction. In terms of what you can do about that, well, in the first instance then, we've got to get to the bottom of exactly what happened and what legally can be done about it, whether it be to pursue a claim for undue influence or whether it be to report the case to the police, or in the case of an attorney relationship, is the attorney actually in breach of their duty to look after the victim's finances properly, in which case we're looking at a whole different legal avenue altogether. So I think the first thing to do really is to get in touch with a specialist solicitor who knows the area and can sort of break down that information. I would just say that it's for the victim to bring that claim. If the victim doesn't lack capacity, if the victim doesn't have capacity to speak to a solicitor themselves, still get in touch, because there are ways in which we can look to potentially help that victim. If the victim does have capacity, it's important that they reach out themselves for advice, often with the support of a family member or a loved one. But what I would say is that if anybody does have queries about whether or not something should be done about financial abuse, we can help to analyse that initial problem and give some initial advice. And we'll pop a phone number at the bottom of the video just so that that resource is there.
Brilliant. Thanks so much, James.
Thanks, Vicky.
Thank you.